Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys two manicures that I posted on my Instagram. I'm only going to be painting this nail, or not this nail, this hand. So it's kind of like a paint my nails with me video, or paint your nails with me video, but instead it's almost like swatch my nails. That you guys can watch. So I picked out two manicures that I posted on my Instagram, and I thought I would share this manicure right here. I posted it, I think it was last week, and this manicure I actually did because I saw it on Natalie Carmonas, one of her videos. I found that video because I was looking for press-on nail stuff, and I came across her manicure, and mine's almost identical to hers. I basically copied her. I think a couple colors are a little bit different. I know she used some mustard yellow and she used some rhinestones. I don't have rhinestones, so I didn't use that, and I know she used a holographic orange polish, which I did not want to use. So I pulled out some of my own polishes and then just did what I could to try to replicate her manicure. But I'm going to link her video down below and her channel down below because her manicure's super awesome looking. I loved it. I'm gonna switch this guy up just a little bit today. I'm gonna add maybe one nail is gonna be an orange nail or something like that. But somebody had asked for me to do a video sharing, I think specifically the marbling that I did on this nail. It's a little bit, it's not hard and it's not tricky. It just I'll share that with you guys as we're going. Anyways, and then I'm also going to share with you guys this manicure. And this manicure was inspired by a dress. You guys will see it in my fall and winter manicures inspired by fall, or manicures inspired by fall and winter fashion, basically. So I'm going to use OPI-como se llama. This guy, it's a Piazza cake. Suzy, the First Lady of Nails, and this hand is looking wrecked because I've been swatching the last couple of days for that video, so my nails are stained with black and you know all of that. Anyways, and then I'm also using Pure Eyes Shore Bet and KB Shimmer's Espresso Yourself, which has a very dark brown base and gold holographics. And I have my light on because I can't really see very well right now, so I hope this works out. And the only thing you're really gonna need is a little toothpick to create the marbling. And I have this little box here from Walmart that cost me maybe $1.20, $1.30, something like that. So just one little toothpick, or maybe if you have a very fine tip as far as a dotting tool, you can probably use that as well. And I do have some oil around the skin around my nails because my hands are so dry right now because I have been swatching, so they're kind of struggling at this very moment. And this is as close as I can get my camera, by the way, so I hope that you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna start off by applying como se llama. This polish has a great formula and it gets a pick at 2 coats. I even have cotton on my fingers here. I'm a mess today. And I'm gonna add Shore Bet. I wish I would have recorded it when I did that manicure. I wore it for almost an entire week. So friggin' pretty. I think I wore it for maybe 4 days or something like that. And then I'm gonna add, it's a Piazza cake, to this nail. And you can pretty much do whatever you want. This is basically a Skittles mani, which I'm not usually a fan of, but because it has the holographic and it has the marbling, I really like it. And I'm gonna add Espresso Yourself to my index finger here. I'm gonna do Suzy, the First Lady of Nails, to my thumb. I'm just gonna add the second coat on all of my nails. I'm at such a weird angle right now. Except for Shore Bet, by the way. I'm not gonna add Shore Bet just yet, just because we're gonna do the marbling on that one. Espresso Yourself does get opaque at 2 coats, and because it does have glitter, it does take a little bit longer for removal. For the marbling, I am going to use It's a Piazza Cake, Sorbet, and Suzy, the First Lady of Nails. I would be using Como Se Llama, but I have found that the more colors that I use and the more you're trying to swirl, you have a greater chance of it getting a little muddy. And then it just doesn't look as good. I mean, it can turn out if you're being careful, but I'm not always too careful. So I'm just gonna stick with 3 colors today. And I'm gonna add Sorbet. That day when I did the marbling, even after I had already swirled some of the colors, wherever I felt like I needed a little bit more color, I added it after and swirled it in. Just to show you a close-up of what it looks like and what I did. I just dropped the polish onto the nail basically. And then I'm just gonna start at the edge here and just start swirling. And if I feel like I need a little bit more, maybe green, I'll pull it from one side of the nail and add it to it. And then drag it to the edges here. I'm gonna add just a little bit more orange here because I feel like I'm missing some of that orange. And I'm not pressing down too hard because I don't want to disturb the polish underneath. Okay, and that's what it looks like up close. Let's see. Alright, that's what it looks like up close. If you move it around a little bit too much, it does start looking a little bit messy. And mine started to look a little bit messy, but just to give you guys an idea of what I did that day. I just added a little bit of top coat. This one I'm going to wait just a little bit longer because it's still looking a little bit thick. It does settle down after a little while, but I do allow ample time for drying just because I put blobs of nail polish on my finger. So I normally let it sit for a good 10-15 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and then I'll add the top coat and then let it dry for another maybe 15-20 minutes or something like that, just because there is quite a bit of polish on this nail, but it does settle down and it doesn't look thick at the end. The next manicure that I'm going to share with you guys is this little guy right here. This is a gradient mani, and then I stamped over it and just used various colors. I used, let's see, Highline Green from NYC, Mahogany Magic from China Glaze, Mustard the Courage from China Glaze, Black Cherry from Orly, and It's a Piazza Cake from OPI. So all of these colors here, and then I just alternated between nails. I'm first going to start though with the latex, and I'm just going to apply this all around the skin, around the nail. And with this one, this one's from Pewing, by the way. I get it at Walmart. It's a little bit thin, so I add 2 generous coats of this. Otherwise, as I'm trying to remove it, it tends to tear a little bit. And if I add 2 coats, then it comes off all in one piece, and then I'm not struggling with it. So I'm gonna do this to all of my fingers, and I'll be right back. For the pinky, I'm gonna start off with Black Cherry, It's a Piazza Cake, and Highline Green. I'm just gonna have these on the side here, and then I'm gonna start by putting one little strip down first, then It's a Piazza Cake, and then Highline Green. And I'll add a couple coats of this because I don't want the sponge to dry up on me. And the sponges that I like using are the ones from Swisspers. And I just stamp it side to side and then up and down a little bit. For the ring finger, I'm going to use Mustard the Courage, It's a Piazza Cake, and Black Cherry. and go back and forth. And then I'll go back to my pinky once again because it's dried a little bit, and go back in with black cherry, It's a Piazza cake, and high lime green. And I'll keep adding this until I'm satisfied with the saturation of the gradient. And then go back in with Mustard the Courage, It's a Piazza cake, and that's not what I used. I used black cherry on this one. For my middle finger, I'm going to start with black cherry, It's a Piazza cake, and end with Mustard the Courage. And I'm not too neat about it, by the way. I just try to slap it on as quickly as I can before it absorbs it completely, so I can get it on my nails. And I'm just alternating. For the ring finger, I used Mahogany Magic, High Lime Green, and Mustard the Courage. And then I'll go back and forth between these two fingers. Go back in with black cherry, It's a Piazza cake, and Mustard the Courage. The plate that I'm going to be using is from Born Pretty. This is BPL029, and it has some sunflowers here at the end. So I'm going to grab the Bundle Monster. This is black, straight up black from Bundle Monster, and just start applying it to the plate. And then I'm going to grab my stamper, pick up the design right there. Do you see it? And just align it here and stamp it on. I'm gonna clean my plate here and then add more polish. This one's pretty quick because when the gradient doesn't take a long time to dry. Each layer is pretty sheer. Right there. And same thing. This one came out even darker than the others. Okay. I'm just using my tweezers here to separate the latex from the nail, just so that when it lifts, it doesn't lift that portion off. Sometimes I use a little toothpick, sometimes I use a cuticle pusher, just whatever's convenient and around me. And I'm just gonna lift the latex off. And I'm gonna let it dry just a little bit before I add a top coat, and then I'll show you the final result. Alright guys, that is the finished manicure. I will have a closer picture for you guys to see, just because it is a little bit gloomy today and I have my lights on. But I think this is, for the video that I did with the manicures inspired by fall and winter fashion, I think this is my favorite manicure that I was able to create, and I was inspired by the dress like I said, and I really like it because it's really easy and I love the colors. And if anything, you can stick to only 3 colors and do your entire manicure that way, and do the gradients just with 3 colors, not having to mix anything around. I just like the combination of all of these together. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.